Hello creeps, Andy here. I had a different video planned for today, but you get a haul for me. I'm not really feeling all that great, so this is all I can provide for you today, but hopefully that's all right. I have purchased books recently. Some were online, some were from my used bookstore. I also have some fall stuff, some candles and stuff that I purchased recently, so I'll show you a few of those. And then I also got a really cool sweatshirt that I think a lot of you guys will enjoy as well, so I want to show that to you too. So yeah, just a simple little haul today because I feel like I got hit by a bus. Let's start with these guys. So these are ones that I got from Amazon. The first one is Jack Ketchum's Off Season. I've heard that this book is pretty gory. I'm excited to read more of Jack Ketchum's work. The only Jack Ketchum book I've ever read is The Girl Next Door, which was really hard to get through, so I'm excited for some maybe like more intense horror but not related to real life stuff. So it just says September, a beautiful New York, wait, September, August, September. Oh, I could read this in September. Cool. September, a beautiful New York editor retreats to a lonely cabin on a hill in the quiet Maine beach town of Dead River, off season, waiting for her sister and friends. Nearby, a savage human family with a taste for flesh lurks in the darkening woods, watching, waiting for the moon to rise and the night to fall. And before too many hours pass, 5 civilized, sophisticated people and 1 tired old country sheriff will learn just how primitive we all are beneath the surface. And there are no limits at all to the will to survive. This sounds really interesting. I'm really excited to read this. I'm gonna read this next month in September. I also got Home Before Dark. This was on Amazon, but it was from like a half off book sale place. It was only a few dollars. I just recently purchased, well, I read my first Riley Sager book, I think last month, and then I purchased a second one called Something About Lying. And it's like, you guys were like, oh, you're gonna love that book, and I started reading it, and I'm obsessed with it so far. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm excited I got another one. This says, bells that ring themselves, record music that turns on and plays music to empty rooms, ghosts that climb on wardrobes. Maggie Holt doesn't believe in those things, even though they are the details of the story that made her family famous. 25 years ago, she and her parents, Ewan? That's not how you pronounce that. Ewan? Ewan? I don't know, and Jess moved into Bainbury Hall, a rambling Victorian estate in the Vermont woods. They spent 20 days there before fleeing in the dead of night, an ordeal Ewan later recounted in a horror memoir, House of Horrors. This tale of ghostly happenings and encounters with malevolent spirits became a worldwide phenomenon, rivaling the Amityville horror in popularity and skepticism. It goes on to explain more, but I kind of don't want to know what else is going on, so it's like a haunted house story, which I'm excited to read and see how Riley Sager conquers that subgenre of horror, because so far the thriller aspects I've really enjoyed. Okay, next up on my list, I went to my used bookstore. Now, my used bookstore used to have half off sales where everything was super cheap. And don't get me wrong, like compared to Barnes & Noble it is, but I still spent $45, which is kind of crazy that I used to get them for so cheap. But anyways, the first bad boy, I picked up 2 Stephen King books. I picked up Skeleton Crew because there's a specific story that I want to read out of this one. It's just a, oh, it has The Mist in here. I did not realize that. It's just a bunch of short stories by Stephen King. It doesn't have any information, but it's just a bunch of short stories. So let me know how you guys like that anthology from him. The next one I picked up was The Green Mile. So I wanted to read I wanted to do a video where I read Stephen King's highest ranking book, and on Goodreads that's one of the Green Mile books. So I don't know, this confuses me and I don't really know about The Green Mile. I've never read this or watched the movie or anything, but there's this book and then there's individual books that make up this book, but they sell those separately, so I'm not really sure. I don't know, it's confusing, but it just says the complete serial novel. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just confused by the whole thing. But The Green Mile, welcome to the cold mountain penitentiary, home to the depression-worn men of E Block, convicted killers all. Each awaits his turn to walk the Green Mile, keeping a date with old Sparky, Cold Mountain's electric chair. Prison guard Paul Edgecombe has seen his share of oddities in the years working in Green Mile, but he's never seen anyone like John Coffey, a man with the body of a giant and the man of a child, condemned for a crime terrifying in its violence and shocking in its depravity. Depravity? My brain is not functioning right now. In this place of ultimate retribution, Edgecombe is about to discover the terrible, wondrous truth about coffee, a truth that will challenge his most cherished beliefs and yours. So yeah, I don't know if they're separate books or all combined, or I don't know, I guess we'll find out. And then I got this. It's by Tom Wolfe, and it's called The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test. And it doesn't have any information on the back, but when I looked it up on Goodreads, because this was only like a few dollars, when I looked it up on Goodreads, it said that, I think it's probably still up there, it says that it's a nonfiction book about the 1960s, where a novelist named Ken Kesey led a group of psychedelic sympathizers around the country in a painted bus, presiding over LSD-induced acid tests all along the way. I don't know, it just stood out to me. I thought that it sounded really interesting, honestly, so I picked that one up as well. I was super excited to get this one. I got Ronald Malfi's Come With Me. So every time I go to Barnes & Noble, I pick this one up, but I'm always so worried that it's not going to be as good as Black Mouth, so I always put it back down and pick something else up. But I got it for $7, so I was like, I have to read this now. I'm very excited. I really, really loved Black Mouth, so I'm excited to see what this one's about. It says Aaron Decker's life changed one December morning when his wife Allison was killed. Haunted by her absence and her ghost, Aaron goes through her belongings, where he finds a receipt for a motel in another part of the country. Plotted by grief and increasing sense of curiosity, Aaron embarks on a journey to discover what Allison had been doing in the weeks prior to her death. Oh my gosh, this sounds so good already. Yeah, Aaron is unprepared to discover the dark secrets Allison kept, the death and horror that make up the tapestry of her hidden life, and with each dark secret revealed, Aaron becomes more and more consumed by his obsession to learn the terrifying truth about the woman who had been his wife, even if it puts his own life at risk. This sounds so good. I got chills reading this. This is like next on my list, I think. I gotta read that soon. That sounds wonderful. Okay, next up, I got these two Fyodor Dostoevsky. Sorry, I'm not doing well today. I got Crime and Punishment and Notes from the Underground. I thought I had Crime and Punishment, and honestly, I might in this layer back here, but I picked it up again because I couldn't find it anywhere. It says Crime and Punishment is one of the greatest and most readable novels ever written. From the beginning, we are locked into the frenzied consciousness of Raskolnikov, who, against his better instincts, is inexorably drawn to commit a brutal double murder. From that moment on, we share his conflicted feelings of self-loathing and pride, of contempt for the need of others, and the terrible despair and hope of his redemption. And in a remarkable transformation of the detective novel, we follow his anguished efforts to probe and confront both his motives for and the consequences of his crimes. It almost kind of sounds like maybe The Stranger, right? I mean, obviously in The Stranger, the narrator doesn't have any remorse, but it sounds kind of like going on that path of somebody who commits murder and like the consequences of his actions. I'm really excited to read this. I've never read this before. It says the result is a tragic novel built from a series of supremely dramatic scenes and illuminate the internal conflicts at heart of human existence, most especially our desire for self-expression and self-fulfillment, as against the constraints of morality and human law, and our agonized awareness of the world's harsh injustices and all of our own morality, as against the mysteries of divine justice and immortality. I'm very excited to read this. And then this guy was also with that one, and it just says, I am a sick man, I am a wicked man. From this sentence begins one of the most revolutionary novels ever written, a work that marks the frontier, not only between the 19th and 20th century fiction, but between two centuries versions of itself. From the unnamed narrator of Notes from the Underground is a multiplicity of selves, each at war with the others, all at war with everything else. So again, very excited to read this. Honestly, the next one I picked up was The Stepford Wives by Ear 11. I really enjoyed Rosemary's Baby and The Perfect Day by Ear 11, and I've never read this. I've seen the movies, but I've never read the book. For Joanne, her husband Walter, and her children, the move to beautiful Stepford seems too good to be true. It is. From behind the town's idyllic facade lies a terrible secret, a secret so shattering that no one who encounters it will ever be the same. And I'd read you the rest with the stickers covering some of the information, but I'm pretty sure that most of us know what that guy's about. This is so weird. I have no idea what this book is. it was in the horror section, but it's called Discovering Scarfolk. And it just says, for tourists and other trespassers. And then at the bottom it says, with free map and rabies hand wipes. Like, I have no idea what the fudge this is. And the back just says, imagine you and your family are held captive in a town that is forever locked in the 1970s. If you cannot imagine it, just think what it would be like. And then it just says, for more information, please reread. I have no idea what this is. I don't know. But it was in the horror section, it caught my attention, and the inside of the book is very odd as well. I looked it up on Goodreads, but it didn't really give me much else. Hold on, let me go back to what it says. It has a 4.10 on Goodreads, and it just says, for your information, please reread this poster. Based on a blog, Discovering Scarfolk is a horror comedy in which the tale of a man searching for his missing children is supplemented with found evidence from the sinister town of Scarfolk, perpetually stuck in a macabre version of 1970s. I don't know, but it just looked so interesting. I could not pass it up. It was $7, but it looks like it's in good conditions, and I'm very excited to see what the heck that's about. So please let me know if you guys have read that one. Those are all the books that I purchased. Now let me show you the fall stuff, because I'm already getting ready for fall. I'm over summer. Let's burn this place to the ground and bring out the pumpkins. So here's what I got. Also, don't tell my husband that I still have all my fall candles from last year too, or he would be pretty upset. But this one is called Pumpkin Clove. I don't know why he got it in this little wrap. Just more stuff for my cat to try to eat. Or my dog. You're so cute. Okay, Pumpkin Clove. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, this smells like fall. This smells like pumpkins. Oh, my house is gonna smell so delightful. And it's funny that I go pick up fall candles, like I don't use a fall candle all year round. The next one that I got was this one, Leaves, which I'm pretty sure this is the candle that is burning in my living room as we speak. Oh god, it's just so good. It's just so fall. I can't even explain what it smells like. It's just good. It says crisp red apple, golden nectar, warm cloves. Smells like good. That's my description. But this one's my favorite. And honestly, the reason that I went back, it's called Ghoul Friend, and it's really fruity, but I don't know, it smells so freaking good. It's dark strawberries. Oh, I didn't realize it was strawberries. I'm not even a big fan of them. Ghostly peony, spine-chilling citrus. But this one is like, it's my favorite candle ever, and the one that I have is almost fully used, so I had to go back and get that. I just got Vampire Blood and Ghoul Friend hand sanitizers, as well as Spellbinding Sweets and Ghoul Friend hand soaps. So I'm ready for fall. You better believe that this is going up today. Summer is canceled. And then let me show you the last thing, because you extreme horror lovers are really going to enjoy this. So if you guys don't watch Reading with Meg's YouTube channel, most of her videos are about reading extreme horror. I'm going to link her channel below. Definitely go and check it out. But she made merch, and this is what her merch says. It says, introverted but willing to discuss extreme horror. And there's a little guy, a little skeleton guy reading a book. Is this not the cutest sweatshirt you've ever seen? I wish it was not 100 degrees outside, because I would wear it every day. And it's very, very soft. The only thing I would say is if you want it oversized, I would maybe size up. This guy's a medium, so just keep that in mind if you want to buy this, but I thought it was so cute, and you could pick like the color that you want, or like if you want a shirt or a sweatshirt. I think that this is awesome. So that is the last recent purchase that I made. And yeah, that's my book fall horror haul. I'm sorry if this video is a little boring to watch, but I feel like a crap, and I'm going to go sit on the couch. And I was gonna say sleep, but to be honest, I'll probably just sit on the couch and read till 5 a.m. like I did last night. But either way, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon with another horror video and hopefully a little bit more energy. Bye guys.